Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
What's up? What's up? What's up? And I'm doing Martin because Jamal's not here. And Reeves instantly put his head down. You know what that means. That means we're doing Pod Chef. What's up, Pod Babies? It's your favorite amigos. Two amigos. That's Dose instead of Jamal. He's not here, unfortunately. He did give us a very last-minute reason for not showing up. And Reeves, do you want to tell everybody what that was?
Do we? Yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to get into it? The reason that he's not here.
We can mention it really quickly, and then we'll ask our guests.
More surgery, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah. So yeah, Steve's right. We'll introduce Steve because Steve knows. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is none other than one of the hosts of Two Guys Into Fridays and Awesome Con doer. He's done Awesome Con, so he's going to help us with Awesome Con application. Finish that up today. Mr. Steve Brown, and he's also good at guessing because Jamal unfortunately went back under the knife.
He did for different reasons. Of course, this was kind of a repair kind of surgery. He told us that he was in an accident. Apparently, he was in some kind of aircraft of some kind that was shot down.
Wait, what?
And
He said he was just minding his own business. He said that he was just like, watching the population, just like just in a nice, easy, he did like one of those romantic balloon rides for one.
Yeah, for one, self-care, right?
Yeah, just
he went there. He got some champagne, some binoculars.
Yeah,
he had his computer. He had walkie-talkie back to home base, stuff like that. And then at some point, there was an accident.
Yes.
Those things are way more expensive during Valentine's Day, too. So he must have paid a lot.
He really takes care of himself. And he said it was important for him to do this. And he said, he was on Twitter the whole time he was up there. And he was like, people are really mad that I'm in this thing. And he couldn't understand why. People kept saying, hey, I'm going to shoot this thing down. And he kept being like, what's going on? Like, he never responded, of course, because he got horrible service going out. He got great service going in. Going out, got nothing.
And I mean, and he did tell us that it was like, it was all paid for him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said they got a phone call. And he said, at first he was like, I didn't speak Mandarin, but they got someone on the line for him to help him. And they were like, hey, do you want to go on a balloon ride? And for one Valentine's Day thing. No one says no to that.
Why would you?
Say no to that.
You can't. It's a gift.
Got to go to Montana, all over the East Coast, and then he said an accident happened.
Yeah, accident happened, and he said, last text was we're going down, and then he just said his leg hurts real bad. So, he's in surgery. He's got to repair that.
Yeah, our hearts and thoughts go out to Jamal and his balloon accident, and to everyone out there who thinks that he was spying on everyone. He wasn't. I mean, he was so high up he couldn't even see anything. Like he had like binoculars, but like the kind that you use to see a play. He wasn't seeing anything.
He was kind of holding it up with one hand, kind of looking around, drinking the champagne.
It was beautiful. He kept sending us selfies that were just like having a great time, really loving myself, really taking time to get to know me, because Jamal said he hasn't really taken the time to get to know himself. We spend all this time getting to know other people. Hello, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? Where are you from? You don't ever go, Hey, you. You can talk yourself now. How's it going?
This is you. Yeah, and I mean, you could look in a mirror and do it. You could
Yeah.
just be talking to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. And just be
Hey,
like,
what's
"How are
your
you?"
name? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Mhm.
I'm not doing well.
Mhm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Just check in for
And-
yourself.
Yeah. And so he did that. He got injured, freaking broke his leg, so he's got to go to surgery to fix it. So
Well, that's not how you do that. So since Jamal's not here, I'm in control of the
Doing a great job, Ryan.
Yeah, this is all new to me. It's like freaking Chinese to me, which Jamal could probably help me with now because he said that he's really made a lot of friends.
yeah.
Also didn't introduce my co-host for today. I of course am Brian, usual number 3 chair today, numero uno, and along with me, of course, is still number 2, Mr. Reeves. What's up, Reeves?
Hey everyone. You might be wondering, like, oh, order of rank, shouldn't you be first? And the truth is that I am always a white belt. I'm never in control because I'm always learning. I never advance. I'm always in a state of wanting to be better. So why would I take control if I can still learn? Even if, the person in control might lead us off a cliff.
Or might know less, like might not be as in control. Yeah,
That's true.
You're learning from someone who's like, I think your white belt has at least like 1 or 2 like different color pieces
No,
of
I
tape
ate
on
those.
it. Whereas
I ate
oh,
those.
oh, yeah, all right.
They kept trying to put them on there, and I ate those off.
They
'cause it's
look,
gotta
they're
be
yellow. They're
pure
almost like
white.
little macaronis and cheeses.
That was my confusion.
Mhm.
I got so hungry looking at them, and I was like,
Because you've been doing karate the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That wears you
Burning all those, burning all those calories. I was like, I got a nice little pasta here. Eat that, throw up later. Maybe cut that.
No, this is the good stuff. So yeah, Steve is here. Steve's going to help us with our Awesome Con application. Steve, one of my few friends who listens to the podcast, which is very, very fun. Steve will text me like things about the podcast. And I'm like, oh, he listens, because no one else listens to the pod that I know listens to the podcast.
That's how I feel about my podcast. No one listens to it.
Yeah,
But
that's why I'm so surprised.
I can honestly say, since I started listening, I have not missed an episode of this show.
Wow, that is not good for your health to listen to the show. Yeah, and to our listeners who maybe are, tuning back in because new season coming, you might as well wait a couple weeks. You got in a little too early. We're not really going to talk about the new season yet.
No, not yet.
But you can still leave a review if you want to, but
We lost, if you looked, we lost one.
we did. We got a new review, but then also lost a review. I don't really know how that works.
The new one, someone edited an old one.
What the?
Yeah. They just
Did
added
I change their
Ashley as
opinion of the show?
yeah, but it's still good. They just added Ashley as the bomb.
So Ashley wrote a review.
Yeah, it must have been her who did it. Which she was great guest. A lot of good talk. People are talking.
People are talking.
They love her.
Coming up, tears in my eyes, saying, "Get Ashley on the pod."
Steve.
I saw people celebrating. Okay, we can't. Not now.
Yeah, not with all that Chinese spy balloon stuff going on. And that Marjorie Taylor Greene outfit. Honey, can we talk? Okay. Steve, we would be remiss to not really get into this Awesome Con stuff with you because you've done it. Your podcast has done it once or twice?
Twice.
Wow. Okay. We haven't done
okay.
it. We haven't done it one time.
Yeah.
We've done it no times. So what we want to get from you is your thoughts and opinions on the application process.
Okay.
Maybe a little notes what we have so far, and then we'll
Yeah.
continue going, and you can help us with the rest of it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, so I did listen to the episode where you guys first started the application.
Okay.
And it started off pretty good. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I should email
Mhm.
Leslie and say, hey, you should get these guys on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Then you guys kind of turned on Leslie about halfway through the
We
application.
didn't say her name though. We wanted to say her name, but we
Oh,
didn't.
you said her name. You 100% said
but
her
not
name.
on. But not in the application. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
So she won't know unless you tell her. And don't be.
Well,
a
what
narc.
happens if she goes and listens to an episode of this show and she happens to pick the one that's titled Awesome Con Application?
Well, if she does, first of all, always nice to meet a fan. Thank you. And second, I think she'll hear kind of the desperation and the feeling of entitlement that we have, that we feel like we should be in the freaking show.
Yeah.
And then that will translate to an acceptance letter, I would think.
And honestly, here's how I feel about that. If she listens to this episode of the podcast, last one or this one, and goes, I don't get it, I don't like them, then you know what? You don't get it, and it's not going to work. But I hope that you do, because what we do is good and people like it.
We're local too. Does that account for nothing?
You think that it would?
You said that with colleges, right? You know, if you're local, they like that.
Yeah. Free state admission.
Hmm.
So Steve doesn't like what we had so far. What didn't you like about it? That we went after Leslie? We said her name?
I mean, I don't have the application in front of me, obviously,
Or was it
so I can't pull up specifics.
I could read it to you. Was it the Juneteenth stuff you didn't like?
Juneteenth is fine. It makes perfect sense. It's right at the right that same week.
It's fine, is it? Interesting.
We dropped some good names. Dale Taldy.
Yes.
Might get Damar Brown. Probably not.
I think you guys made a lot of promises in the application last time.
Hey, I plan on backing them up.
Well, maybe we should do this. Let's just skip to the next part.
Okay.
We'll just, listen, maybe we'll go back and reword some of that stuff. Probably not. But we got Steve now, so let's go to whatever the next section is. And he can help inform with his background, his expertise, and help guide us.
Okay.
I'm actually chatting with Leslie right now, so.
Oh,
that's
good.
nice.
Okay, great. All right.
That's good. Maybe she can come in, call
Yeah,
in.
should we have her as a guest? Will that get us in? Can we grease the wheels? Do you think she takes bribes?
I think you could get her on.
I mean,
That would be nice.
I don't think we probably could too. We've had freaking Dale Taldy on the fucking podcast. We could get Leslie from Awesome Con on the podcast. Jesus. My wife did the podcast. I can get Leslie on the podcast. All right.
So let's hear the next question.
All right. These are some check boxes. These ones might not be fun, but we got to do them. My program would be appropriate for these show features. Please select as many check boxes as best describe the main topic of your program. And I'll say them, and here's what we'll do. You guys can say yes or no, yay or nay, and if we get 2 yays, we'll hit it. If we get a yay and a nay, we'll talk about it. And both nays, we won't do it.
Okay.
But we'll do it quick though.
Are you voting, Brian, or is it just...
For this one, I won't.
Okay.
Okay. General programming.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, we'll do that one. Artsy Alley, comics or creators.
Yay.
Yay.
We're doing it. Destination cosplay related cosplay demos.
Yes.
Yay. I think you could pull that off.
We got it. Awesome
Yeah.
Con Junior, kids and families.
Yay.
Okay. Steve?
I'm on the fence about that one right now.
Okay.
Maybe we should talk about that one.
What's your hesitation?
You don't think this is for families?
Or kids? They're two separate things.
Is it both or is it either
It
one?
says kids and families, like they're separate things.
Okay. If they're together, it might be okay.
Okay.
It says and, yeah. So that works
I'll go
for you?
yay.
Great. Science fair, science and technology.
Yes. Cooking
There's a lot
is
of science in cooking. Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Book fair, authors and writing. We did freaking
yes.
Tom did a whole movie.
We spent a year of our life
Didn't
doing
Padma
stuff
write a
like
book?
that. Probably. That
Yeah,
might
more
be
than
in
likely.
Canon, yeah.
Or Gail did, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't
I'll
read
go
it.
yay.
Pride Alley, LGBT plus.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean we're freaking ally.
Of course. Yeah.
It says
yeah.
Pride
I'll
Ally.
go yay.
We're going to say
That's a-
no to that? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's a
Yeah.
gotcha moment.
That's a freaking
No way,
honey
Lindsay.
trap. That's a honey
Yeah.
trap right there, Leslie. Movement-based programming, yoga, dance. I mean,
Someone's going to have to perform if that's a yay.
Okay.
Like, you guys can't be sitting down at the table the whole time. Someone actually has to be doing something. Or then if they get you in, you don't do it, then they don't let you back the next year.
Reeves, you willing to do some movement-based programming?
I feel like I could. It's movement or yoga.
Yoga or dance. Those are two things. There could be anything else like that.
Oh, dance? Of course we can dance.
We're in. Yay.
Yeah.
Performances, music, theater, comedy. Oh, comedy? Yeah. Okay.
Musical theater. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Frickin'
guys also have a
Brian.
theme song. That's music.
Yeah.
There was a whole
Okay.
episode where they did music.
Yeah, and theater. They did that drive-in theater thing, and also we talk about movies sometimes. Great. That's all of them. How can you say no to
What
that,
was the
Leslie?
question? What was the question for these checkboxes again?
Don't remember.
Who are program? Yeah, we don't have enough time. My program can be labeled as being related to anime or manga.
Freaking
Jamal
Jamal
talks about it. Yeah, he
all
loves
the time.
anime.
In an uncomfortable way.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't talk about anime, the Foot Clan's not coming either.
That's
true. That should be a
like
checkbox.
That's
that
a
says,
big chunk of the audience.
Yeah, why doesn't the program should be appropriate for say feet lovers? Because we click that one too. Leslie, get on that. Put feet lovers on there. Comics, and we do comedy. And that's a comic.
I think out of all the things we've selected, that's the biggest stretch for us.
Comics?
Yeah, well, if we're tying it to comedy, but I think we still should select it. Yes.
Okay. Cosplay. We said yes to cosplay earlier.
Here's a question: should we just go ahead and select yes
Everything?
to everything and skip to the next one where we can freeform?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I am a little weary about cosplay though because I don't feel comfortable dressing up like that guy. But like maybe you will dress up like Cos and do a cosplay. I don't feel comfortable doing it personally. Lot of negative stuff. First of all, I shouldn't because I'm white. Say, oh, he's a bad person.
Right.
Well, what year are we dressing up as?
What year of Cos we're doing the cosplay? Present.
I think that's important.
Present. Yeah.
That's an interesting interpretation of it. I was thinking Jamal maybe could go as Tom in like Whiteface or something like that. That might be fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of checkbox things. Please select as many boxes that best describe your programming. I have done this program before and I passed AwesomeCon. Well, we can't. That's a lie.
Oh, yeah.
We have not done this program before.
Is there a blank where you can like put "we applied and didn't get in" there or no?
Let's see. I have done this program before at another convention. No. My program offers a Q&A at the end. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
my program will offer a giveaway or promotion. I'm sure. Take everything I got. Need a screen projector? Yeah, we're going to need a projector for sure. My program features a diverse lineup of speakers from a variety of backgrounds. Yeah, we got a black guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got a black guy. Okay. You looked at who we got?
And Damar might come on too, okay?
He just might. Yeah. Maybe even a woman. But that's less likely. My program features topics or content that is inappropriate for those under 18. If they're like soft.
Yeah.
My program would do better as a late night event. Yeah, I think a late night event.
Yeah,
we'd rather do late night.
We could do a Leno. I could do a Leno.
I like to go early morning, and then I can do what I want to do there and not have to be pinned into the night.
Well, my thing is I don't want to do anything there. Nothing.
Yeah, when they say late night, I mean, like, are they just talking about us doing the pond, or are they gonna like put us to work?
I think they're talking about 10 p.m. You guys are doing your show at a table.
I love
like
that.
Restocking, the back or whatever. So that seems hard.
That might be the overnight. Is there an overnight category here too, or is it just late night?
Just late night, but I want to be sure no one's going to be buffing the floor, so I'm doing my show.
Yeah, it's too loud.
Super loud. We can't compete with that. That's a spectacle.
Well, and then the guy that's buffing the floors, stops, and then he like kind of leans in when we're not actually on the microphone, and he says something really insightful and perfect about Top Chef. Bang! He takes our freaking job.
Eats our lunch.
How do you like that, foie gras?
Please select your preferred programming days and times. I'm just gonna click all these.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good decision.
Except, of course, Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. I'm not picking that. All right. Anything else you want us to know about this program? This could be anything.
Here you go. This is
anything else.
Okay. About our program?
What if we put...
So, here's a question for you guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do a normal episode of the show? Like do a review and then do your intro stuff? Or are you going to do something special, but it's Pod Chef related for the con? We kind of change ours up a little bit.
We would like to do a normal episode. We're always trying to do a normal episode of the show. It just never works out that way. So, I mean, I can't I'd like to give that guarantee that it's going to be normal, but it's going to be real weird and possibly a disaster, especially if our fans show up.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing something like the three of us have to do like a quick fire challenge, a cold quick fire challenge. We asked our fans to bring in food and we got to do something with it. Now here's the thing with that though, is I might not want to do that day of. I can say it now, but when it comes time to do it, I might be a little tired. I don't want to do that.
You might not want to do it. You might change your mind. I think we should be allowed. So maybe that's part of it.
Okay.
Is we say, we'll commit to everything we said. but we also commit to changing our mind right before we do the show.
I think that's we're being honest. And I would assume Leslie respects honesty. I mean, I don't know her. She never talked to me. Sent me a very weird, confusing email saying that she loved our show but couldn't put us in. Little double talk there. Steve, does that sound good to you? We'll commit to everything we said, but also commit to changing our mind right before the show.
I think you need a little more.
Okay, how about that? It's going to be Juneteenth weekend.
Just throw it in there one more time to make sure she got the first time.
Okay. And then also, should we mention that Damar Brown might be there?
I think that's good. I think we need to maybe put more stakes on it.
Well, it's cooking
show. So something along the lines of stakes. Well, I see what you're saying, like food stakes. I was thinking more of like, if we don't get in, we end the podcast. It's your fault, parenthetical. And our friendship is also over.
Okay.
So no pressure.
No pressure.
But those will be the consequences.
But those are that's great, I think. Yeah, totally. I think that works. Steve, do you like that?
I'm curious if Reeves has been watching that new Jason Segel show on Apple. It sounds like he's kind of the therapist role that he's got going on that show.
You mean freaking him and freaking
Harrison
Han Solo?
Freaking Han Solo.
Yeah. Have you not watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm holding out on Han Solo for him to do a show or maybe a documentary of some kind that's like flight school, him teaching people how to fly.
They're really good at it.
And it's all like him like landing on a golf course. So once he does that, I'll kind of tune in. But until then, I can't.
Okay. How many
what you got again?
Okay. I got to go back because it's only one line. We wrote the paragraph. We'll commit to everything we said, but also commit to changing our mind right before the show. Juneteenth weekend. Damar Brown might be there. If we don't get in, we end the podcast. It's your fault, and our friendship is also over. No pressure, but those are the consequences.
Seems good.
Succinct, yeah.
And I think what the thing that's missing here is a little bit. Wait, is there a section after this?
There's more, yeah.
Okay, well, let's just go to that then.
Okay. How many panelists total will be participating in your program? An Awesome Con panel comes with up to 6 pro badges for you and your panelists. These badges are only blah, 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 blah. We don't have the time to read this. It says more than 6 as an option. But it says comes up with 6, but then my option is more than 6.
Well, you can get 6 free passes. So you just say 6, and then you just give them to people.
Who can I give them to? My friends and family?
Friends and family, yes.
Well, who are you supposed to give them to?
Barack Obama?
He's already there.
Local celeb.
He's going to be there?
Of course.
Michelle going to be there? That's what I really want to see.
I don't know.
The dogs?
Put 6. Because you never know what chefs are going to show up. Spike might show up.
He won't. He's a coward.
And then you've got to bring a woman on the show. So.
Oh, good luck. All right. Please. Oh, God.
I don't want to backtrack, but you brought up Obama's dogs. You think they bit anyone at any point? With all this stuff with Biden's dogs biting people. But Obama's better at covering it up.
Look, as a person who owns 2 dogs, don't own, they're part of the family. The person who is family includes 2 dogs, sous chefs. Yeah, they bite people. That's what they do.
They do.
That's what they do. That's what they're bred to do.
Dogs.
Yeah. You gonna get mad at them for doing what they're supposed to do?
No, they're literally bred to bite people.
They have freaking sharp teeth.
I'm looking at my sous chef now. Could happen at any moment.
He's ready to go.
Okay, we can skip on.
All right, please list the names of all your panelists as well as any relevant bio or social media information you wish to share with them.
Okay, cool.
6?
Yeah, we got to put 6 apparently. So I'll put Reeves.
Put me.
Jamal.
Social media.
Brian.
You think Tom will show up?
Yeah, I think Tom needs to be on there. Let's put Padma on there too.
All right, that's 5. Got one more spot. I filled up really fast.
You need to put a chef, Damar.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Damar, yeah.
But let's also put Damar parentheses, and if not Damar, Maybe like Ken Bone.
Yeah, Ken Bone, and then again parentheses from season 1.
Maybe Ken Bone parentheses. Season 1. And if not Ken Bone, like Barack Obama.
Barack would be nice.
He's already there. You can swing by.
Yeah, this is going to be in June. I was thinking maybe Kyrie could come on too. That would be cool.
Yeah. New Dallas Maverick Kyrie.
Depends on how deep they go, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's deep. Yeah. Kyrie maybe. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Padma's a woman, so that works. Mm-hmm. Okay. Once let's do relevant bios. That's going to take a lot of time. So what I'm just going to do is here's what we're going to do. We're going to use 3 words to describe each person, and that's relevant bio. All right.
Out of all 6, or just the 3 of you?
3 for everybody.
Okay.
Reeves, 3 words to describe you.
Maybe
Smart.
You should describe Reeves, and Reeves should describe you.
Yep, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, well, that still works for you. Smart.
Okay, so we're doing me. All right, hold on. All right, smart.
Determined. And awake.
That's important.
Parenthetical. Woke AF.
Yes. All right. And I'll do Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Steadfast.
Thank you.
Honest.
Mm-hmm.
Hungry.
Yeah.
For social justice.
Yes.
All right, now we'll each do 1 word for Jamal. We'll go around Robin style. All right, Reeves, you go first.
Important.
Steve, want to go or do you want me to go?
I'm going to put leader.
Ooh, leader. All right, my turn. Okay, here we go. Karate. Big chop to those who wish to harm those who aren't able to defend themselves.
Yes.
Okay, Tom. 3 words for Tom. We'll go in a circle this time.
Oh, we have to do it. Let's just say we'll do those later.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do those later. All right. Do you have any special requests as far as AV, room setup, capacity, duration, or accessibility needs?
Okay.
All of these.
Great. So now we get into it.
Individual entrance music with fog machines.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna need them to get the rights to Stone Cold Steve Austin's intro.
So here's what I was thinking. Great idea, first of all. I like where your head's at. But I feel like the NWO music works better for us as we are the bad boys of
so you'll all come in
podcasting.
together, not separate entrances. I like it.
Okay.
So are you going to make them provide the championship belt guitar, or are you guys going to bring your own?
I have one, but I think I'd like them to bring it.
Yeah.
Does yours have NWO spray painted on it?
It used to, but now it says own.
What?
Does that work? Yeah, that worked, right? No, it says. No, it says yeah, umo, uman. I don't know. Whatever. Let's delete that. Okay, NWO theme. All right, we'll put belt guitar.
Yeah, belt guitar. I was also thinking maybe we could get, that dish trophy they give out on Great British Bake Show, but that gets spray painted with NWO on it.
Yep. Wow. So let's have them give us things that aren't spray painted, and then we'll spray paint them.
Yes.
So we're gonna ask for spray paint also.
Spray paint, please, and gloves.
Black spray paint.
Gloves. And I'm gonna need a bandana to cover my bald head.
This did say audio and video needs, right? Just making sure.
It did. Yeah, it says AV, room setup, capacity, duration, or accessibility. Well, these are accessibility. I need these to be accessible to me.
How big of a room do you guys need?
Biggest one they got.
Biggest one you got, baby.
You got because it's gonna need a wrestling ring in it.
Yes. Beds or beds that can be pushed together to make ring.
At least mattresses.
Yes, at least mattresses.
We can make ring out of. Yeah. Oh, for sure. We're gonna need mics then, so we can do promos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen wrestling panels at AwesomeCon before, so this might be your key in right here.
Wait a second. There's wrestling panels, but they won't let in our freaking Top Chef review show? That's fucked up. Come on. People like Top Chef.
People don't like wrestling, even though the three of us right here are all wrestling fans. Mics for promos. I'm going to need 2 bottles.
Titantron.
Of the bubbly. Going to need Titantron.
A whole plate of foie gras.
You're going to need foie. Yeah. Going to need Mr. Sacco.
Does Tom have anything on his rider that he's going to need?
Hats. Hat options.
That's probably good.
Knife block.
Okay. Yep. Knife block, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to need Spike Mendelsohn to be there.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get Spike Mendelsohn.
And Spike. If you can bring his carrot ass out of wherever he is. Or whatever hole he crawled out of.
All right, here we go. Panelist agreement. I understand that I will be responsible for reviewing my room setup and AV details via the 2023 panelist. God, this is so boring, Leslie. What are you doing to us?
So we're at 30 minutes now. How many more questions are there?
And are any of them us good? Agreeing
just
things.
Say yes.
They're just us saying yes to things. We agree to badges. We agree to policies. Sure. And submit.
Wait, there wasn't any last thing where we could just write stuff?
No, that was the anything else you want to know, I think. And for that we put we'll commit to everything we said, but also commit to changing our mind before the show. Well, we can always email Leslie directly.
That's what I do.
It's been submitted.
Okay.
Are you going to tell Leslie that we just submitted it?
I'd be happy to if you think it'll help.
Okay, because let's just say this in kayfabe, I submitted it.
Too many wrestling references.
Let's do a segment we do every week. The only one that we do every week. It's called Chefs I Prepared for You. In this segment, we will each go around the room. Reeves and I are in the same room. Saying what we had for dinner last night, and only last night. Don't lie like I did last week. You'll get caught. Reeves is he's smart. He's like that guy who did the glass onion. Broke that shit wide open.
Let's talk about it. That's such a good movie.
When I realized there were 2 Janelle Monáes, I was like, 2 Janelle Monáes?
I barely watched it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So don't lie. Only did last night and only last night. There will be a winner. I will go first. Because that's what Jamal usually does. Chefs, last night I procured for you freaking Thai food, baby.
Ooh.
It's been a little bit since my wife, Carrie and I, my wife guy now, Carrie and I had Thai food. We're like, let's go crazy. Drunken noodles for me. Drunken noodles for her. Spring rolls for the both of us. Freaking the white soup for me. Whichever one that one is, I forget. The one with the coconut milk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. And it was slamming. And anyone who says that, you make food yourself, this is good. It's not. This is better than anything I could have done. Way better.
Those people did a better job. Were the noodles too spicy or just spicy enough?
They were good. They were good spicy. Yeah. Even the little plum sauce for the spring rolls had a good little kick to it, but it wasn't too spicy. Because I don't like spice. I'll get the hiccups.
Did you both go vegetarian on the drunken noodles, or did you add any meat?
I did chicken. Carrie did tofu. But they had some good veggies in there. They had carrots, and they had broccoli, and they had little green beans, and they had peppers. Real solid. They didn't have... Sometimes they'll do too much Thai basil. Not too much. Good amount of Thai basil. Really enjoyed it.
And what was your spice level choice?
They didn't give it to me, but if they had asked me, I would have said, not too spicy, please. I get hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs $50.
You're telling me, man. Order Chick-fil-A on Uber Eats is $80 for me. Chefs, I prepared for you. I just texted the group this. What did I make? A Guinness pie.
Ooh.
So this is like your traditional. There it is for the video tier. Traditional British style pie. You got your minced beef in there. You got carrots, celery, mushrooms, all that good stuff. 2 heaping pints of Guinness, Alec Guinness.
Can?
Oh yeah, baby. Which I haven't had that in like a million years, but they have the little things in it now. The little yeah, you gotta like put it in and it has to sit for a little bit. Reduced it down, I think about 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
Then put it in the pie. I did not make the crust. I didn't have time to do that. Then put it back in the oven. It was okay.
Okay.
Not worth the trouble. Not that it was that difficult to do, but it really wasn't. I kind of ate it and I was like, this isn't great.
Was it just you?
It was just me.
Wow, you made a whole solo Guinness pie just for you.
Pie by myself. It was kind of a trial thing because I saw it. It was suggested to me, of course, New York Times. I'm a New York Times stan. And I didn't think it would be something that my wife would enjoy. She probably would, but I tried it on my own, and it's not. I would not make it again.
Did you eat it again today as leftovers?
I did, just because I didn't have anything else. So I ate it, and I was like, "This sucks."
And was it better day 2 or better day 1?
Probably day 1 was better.
Okay. What did it need? Or just didn't have a good taste to it?
It just,
did it taste like beer? That's kind of gross.
It tasted like I was just drinking some beers. No, it like it had like that classic flavor of like when you braise a beef with an alcohol, like a wine or anything like that. It tasted like that, which is fine, but rather than like a red wine, it was beer. So it just didn't. It had too much of a umami bitterness to it.
Too much umption.
Yes. It was a little toothy. Call it to the episode. So yeah, not great. I would not do again. Sorry,
bummer.
Sam Sifton.
Bummer. Steve, what do you got?
Chefs, I prepared for you. I wanted to come up with a cool name for it, but I don't have one. So baked feta chicken over spaghetti.
Ooh.
And I saw this, and it looked really good.
It was pretty good. I got a picture for Reeves.
Yes.
Can you see?
Oh yeah. That looks good.
So I cut up some grape tomatoes and some basil, put some garlic in the cast iron, cooked the chicken in the cast iron, threw some wine in there, reduced it down, threw the whole thing in the oven with the tomatoes and the basil and the feta on top, baked it, pulled it out, put it on top of the spaghetti, and we had dinner.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now I've got a question for you, and this might be a question that I start asking everyone.
Did I only make it because I was going to be on the show? Yes.
Okay. This is another good question. I'll leave that to Jamal or Brian to always ask. But my question for you is, do you cook from your head, your heart, or do you cook from your gut?
Is cook from the internet an option, or is that not an option?
It's not an option.
So
it's the 3 I said.
Where would that closest fall into, I guess?
I guess your head, probably.
Head, I would think.
That seems very heady to me.
I have a question. Yeah. This is a question that I'll ask every time now. In the picture you sent of you pouring wine in there, I could also see 2 things of Tostitos cheese dip and a bag of Tostitos. How did those go with the food?
How'd they pair?
So I went shopping for my Super Bowl spread and for dinner at the same time.
Okay.
So unpacked the groceries kind of on the counter, didn't put them all away, started dinner.
And maybe people were thinking maybe we should do a Super Bowl thing because that would have been yesterday. But you know what? No.
Don't care. It's mainly because it's illegal for us to do it.
The only finale that we care about is the finale part 1. We'll be right back.
That's pretty good.
Better than Jamal.
You guys aren't voting. You guys aren't even voting this time.
Oh shit! Okay, no, we're back. All right. No, wait, hold on. We didn't go anywhere. Let's vote. I'll go first. You can't vote for yourself. I'll vote for Steve.
I can't vote for myself. I will vote for Steve.
I'll vote for Brian.
All right, second place. I'll take that. And see, that was a pretty good competition, but our only competition we like the most is the finale, part 1. We'll be right back.
Pod Chef.
Welcome back to Pod Chef. We're still here. 3 of us, Reeves, me, Steve, new friend, old friend, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Top Chef Season 6 Las Vegas finale, part 1. I say Las Vegas, but they're not in Las Vegas anymore. They're in Napa Valley, baby. They're in wine country.
Napa fucking Valley. And you might be wondering, oh, how do you get to Napa Valley? Oh, you take a freaking train.
You go
to the train station. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And make sure that you bring at least one umbrella. And if you're Brian, because your robot can get wet, you better bring 2.
You gotta be safe. And they gotta be big umbrellas.
They gotta be the biggest umbrellas you have. And I want to know is, why did the production give them umbrellas to walk up with? Because they were all the same.
Yeah. It also wasn't raining, but Brian always has to have an umbrella open whenever he's outside because he's scared of short circuiting.
Yep, that's what happens. This was a fun little train station get together. Hey guys, what you been doing? They didn't really give us what we've been doing the last 2 months. Usually they're like, I've been running my restaurant. They didn't do that. They were just like, I'm here. They showed Kevin's bald spot for the first time. I hadn't seen it all season. They really showed it today.
They showed it. And listen, what's Kevin been doing? He's been growing out his hair.
Yeah.
Grew out his hair, had a very 2000s kind of longish hair look. He's there to win just like everyone else is. But yeah, we didn't get any kind of normal like, oh yeah, I spent the last 6 months or whatever like preparing for this.
Yeah.
Who knows what they've been up to? We don't know. Maybe they've been in prison. We don't know.
We could guess. And my guess is prison, yeah.
Probably.
This is the first time I've gone back and watched this season since it originally aired.
Oh, wow. Live? Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm surprised that I didn't recognize how much both Brian and Michael look like they should be in the band Hoobastank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also how much Tom looks like he's in Disturbed with that soul patch.
His soul patch. So he's always had it. In this episode, that shit was popping on camera. He had grown it out. He kept touching it too when he was at the judges table. He kept playing with it. Oh my God, I could not. He was all about it.
I think he did put a little bit of hair dye on it, maybe in between takes. So he was kind of like rubbing it in a little bit so you could really see it.
But of course, it looks so natural. No one can tell.
Everyone changed. Padma's pregnant now.
And everyone is obsessed with it a little too much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
People won't stop talking about Padma being pregnant.
You get some weird congratulations. Really weak kind of Brian and Mike kind of, hey, congratulations. And she was like, enough.
Jen's super into it. Really gets her juices going to see Padma pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin likes it. They come off a train. There's a train there. A guest judge is there, and I don't have his name down because
it's Michael Curello.
Michael Curello DeVille. That's I apologize.
Keep it in.
They're here, and what are we doing for our quick fire challenge? We're
Cooking.
getting these motherfucking grapes on this motherfucking train.
That's right. And there's our snakes on a plane reference. So yeah, they've got to do it. They've got to cook with a grape. They get a bunch of grapes we get to look at, but they've got to cook it all on the train. And I was like, oh, that's going to be real hard. Well, this is actually a very nice train, and it's got a very nice kitchen. Even though everything's flying everywhere, it's actually pretty nice. So
yeah,
didn't seem too hard.
It's not the Snowpiercer train. If you're thinking that would be hard to cook on because you're mostly using bugs.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is a nice train. It's the Napa. It's called something. Wine train?
Yeah, I think it's the wine train. Yeah.
Real original title for that.
Well,
we also, last high stakes quick fire, the winner, 3rd generation Prius. Not first or second. 3rd gen Prius. They fixed all the old shit that was wrong with 1 and 2 in this one.
Mm-hmm. And, we talk about Nepo babies on here. There's Nepo cars too. 3rd generation Priuses get airtime.
Jen really wanted that car too.
Oh,
she
so
did.
bad.
She's got an old
it.
car that she doesn't like anymore. She wanted to get a new one.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, she doesn't get it. There's this fun... Did you guys notice this really stupid edit that they did when Brian talks about Michael getting the small table by himself and start cooking? He's like, Michael starts to use the small table by himself He says, and I wanted to use it. And this very awkward edit where he says, it kind of pissed me off. That was not what he said. It clearly was not from that conversation at all.
Yeah, it was like, so he found I was thinking about that too. It really pissed me off. It's like, clearly they asked him a different question.
Yeah. Hey, you, I noticed you couldn't, someone's in your parking spot when you pulled up today. How'd that make you feel? It kind of pissed me off. Got him.
Got that robot's ass.
Tricked him.
But they also, there's no follow-up on that, right? Did I miss it? Like, you just see him put his stuff down. You feel like, oh, they're setting something up that it's like, that's going to be an advantage. I mean, I guess technically he does, spoiler, he wins, but we don't see anything else about it.
I think they're trying to set up the brother feud more now. They're really trying to get us into like that they are going at each other. Because yeah, even Michael says like early on, like, I want to beat Brian. You'd think that I'd be like, I hope he does well. No, I want to humiliate him. Michael's like, I want to fucking humiliate my brother. There's some dark shit happened when they were kids.
I want to make him regret everything he did to me when he abandoned me growing up. I don't have any memories of him. I only have memories of him now when he just showed up and said he had to protect me.
Him. I want to see him cry.
I want to beat my brother.
So they make grape things. I don't know what's going on. Kevin does a dessert. Michael Cruella DeVille wished there was more grapes in it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys like
green grapes? Oh,
I prefer purple, no seeds.
I'm a white grape, green grape, whatever you call them.
Really?
Yeah, that's like when I grew up. That's what my grandmother would have like on the table, like a bowl of white grapes.
Me too.
I think
it's like a grandma thing. I like my fruit very, very hot.
I feel like we've had this conversation before. This is season 8. We're gonna cover some shit. Any of you psychos freeze your grapes and peel the skins off of them?
Yeah, any freaks out there do that? Probably.
Yeah, someone said like to fucking freeze their grapes. You're a psychopath.
So Mike wins. He gets a Prius. He looks at the camera like he doesn't give a shit. He says, I'm just going to put the car in neutral and push it off a cliff because that's how little it means to me. And then we go into the elimination challenge, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is the chefs had to create 2 dishes to serve 150 guests at a crush party to celebrate the grape harvest. With the exception of salt and pepper, all the ingredients had to be local. In addition, 1 dish had to be vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe you wondering what a crush party is. And I had questions about a crush party. As soon as I said crush party, I paused the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I said...
You got up from your chair.
Mm-hmm.
You walked down to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You pushed right in the middle of the screen.
Yep.
Paused it.
And I said, let's find out what a crush party is. Because I don't trust Top Chef to tell me what it is. They're going to say crush party and then move on. So I Googled crush party.
You go downstairs?
I went down, put my shoes on, went downstairs. Kicked my wife off the computer. She was using it again. I said, get off, I need to use it.
I got work I got to do.
She was like, I'm emailing somebody. And I'm like, yeah, do it on your own time.
This is for my job, okay?
I Googled crush party. And... it was what you think it is. People celebrating the harvest of grapes, crushing the grapes.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be something gross or nasty.
It's not. It's just a sick, demented, perverted ritual that these uppity people participate in, where they drink and they eat and they stomp on grapes. And they go home and, do whatever it is they do. The whole time I was thinking about that video of that woman crushing the grapes and then she falls.
All-time internet video.
It's so good.
If you got rid of everything else on the internet and just gave me that and the lady who punches the other lady in the face when she says he had THC in her system and she fucking punches her in the face square, that's all I need the rest of my life.
I'll raise you. I don't know the one you're talking about. I'll raise you the Shaggy Dog punch video, which is just based off of the Shaggy Dog movie, but it does make me very happy.
I don't know that one.
It's from the original Shaggy Dog.
What is the original Shaggy Dog?
The Shaggy Dog movie where
Shaggy Dog movie?
The guy turns into a shaggy dog and, it's ruining his life. He's in this guy's office. He is getting a talking down, and then he slowly turns into a Shaggy Dog, and then he turns around and punches a guy as a Shaggy Dog. Look it up; it's very fun. But we can't get into that now. Brian knows what a crush party is now.
I do want to see him give me one of his videos that he needs. If everything else was gone, what's the one video you need left on the internet?
Probably Superhuman jumping off a table, elbow dropping a microwave.
I know who that guy is.
I don't think I've seen that.
He's like a juggalo kid who's into wrestling and who like hurts himself for the enjoyment of others.
Oh no.
It's worth checking out.
Oh man.
Should we get him on the podcast?
Someone got me a cameo from him once.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Would he do the podcast, you think?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Does he watch Top Chef? It doesn't matter.
I don't think he has a TV.
Okay.
We'll get him once. Send that kid a TV.
So they go to the store. I guess they go to like a farmer's
market.
market. They get all the stuff. They get very excited about it. They get back and they get into the kitchen, and Brian is very enthusiastic about the kitchen.
I forgot that we had clips.
Oh, you better believe it, baby.
We walk into Brick's restaurant. It's just set in the middle of this beautiful vineyard. Going into the kitchen, it's really cool. There's plenty of equipment. There's a wood burning oven, which is awesome.
So, to recap, it is cool and it is awesome. So I think that really paints a picture of what they're working with. Thank you, Brian.
And if you're wondering, like, maybe what he could be talking about, is got an oven. Bunch of equipment.
Yeah, and you might be thinking, oh, this must have been part of his interview. No, this was Brian in the kitchen staring at an oven saying, this is cool, this is awesome.
Is this where they clipped the "it really pissed me off" part? Is it right after here?
It might have been from this, yeah, because he got into the kitchen and he was like, it's really awesome. It kind of pissed me off because he doesn't have a kitchen like that at his house. He just has a microwave at his house. He makes it work. I want to mention real quick, though, at the farmer's market that Michael bought 9 dozen eggs, which if we do the conversion for today's eggs prices, it's like $1 billion. You guys see how much egg prices are these days?
I was trying to do some math, but I'm not very good at it. But what's 12 times 9?
100.
Yeah, 100.
Well, it's 120 minus 12.
So it's less than 150, right?
It's still 100, I think.
It's definitely less than 150.
It is
and they had to make 150 dishes.
Wow, you're right.
And there's an egg in every one of those dishes.
Wait a minute.
What are they lying to us about right
Wait a minute.
There are people that are missing eggs.
Someone didn't get an egg.
A bunch of people didn't get an egg.
What the fuck? Was there not really 150 people there?
I don't know. They kept talking about it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's
Get
what?
the robot on the show.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out what's going on here. Something's happening here.
So I think this segues into, they prep everything, they get started, and then, they basically they open the gates and all these hyenas come in to eat the food. And we've got a nice example of how Mike likes to treat his guests.
A little customer service here from Mike.
Time's up. 150 people to feed. They're ready to pounce on our stations.
Guys, if you could get the bowls laid out, I could get the food to you faster.
It's a little...
Who wants to lay these bowls out? Make you guys work for it. I mean, it is... You're eating the food for free, you know what I mean? Like, my soup...
It's challenging.
Challenging to have 150 people staring at me? Yeah.
Too much, Michael.
Thank you, Chef. All right, I'm closed, guys. Sorry.
And go ahead, Reese.
This fucking guy. This is classic Picasso shit. Just treating his customers like they are garbage people beneath him. And they just kind of laugh and eat it up and say, please, give me more. Give me more of the abuse from the great Picasso Voltaggio.
I do want to say that I personally have never looked up the learnings and teachings of the guy who teaches you how to... What's that guy who wears the hat and the glasses who teaches you how to be mean to women? I don't know. He's negging. Mike is negging here. He's putting out negativity, and he says they're going to come back. They're going to want me even more.
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy's name? the player guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Glasses. You're talking about Willy Wonka?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Teaches you how to like neg. You know, he's like, what you got to do is make sure that they come into your chocolate factory and dunk them into the blueberry juice. That's not how that movie goes at all. I don't know. Delete this shit.
There's a lot of white guys there in bow ties, and I'm sure someone else has made this joke before, but like, I do not trust, unless you're at a wedding, an old white man with a bow tie on. Immediately, I'm suspicious and uncomfortable of that person.
Sounds good generalizing.
I feel like I was right. I was looking at those guys. I was like, these guys, I wouldn't trust them.
Steve, you like a guy in a bow tie? Old man in a bow tie? White guy?
I used to wear a bow tie to work every
You did.
day.
Holy shit.
For like
you weren't
a year
old
and
then. You weren't old then, though.
I'm not old for another couple weeks.
That's true.
When
you're not
when,
old.
When did we turn old? 40?
40.
Oof. 40. I'm almost there, baby.
Ugh, right around the corner.
Because your thing was bow ties for a while. Yeah. Silly ones, right?
I still have them for some reason. I haven't worn one in probably 6 years, but I still have like 50 of them.
Do you have to wear a suit still when you go in?
I don't go in anymore.
You don't go in anymore. That's right. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe you're hoping that the bow ties become currency someday because the way the U.S. dollar's going these days. Have you seen the price of eggs?
Yeah, I know. You told us about the
Through the
price
roof.
of eggs. We tried to
Through the
do
roof.
math on it. We couldn't do it. They make a bunch of duck puns because Jen makes,
Ugh.
you know, she confies a duck, and so they talk about duckiness and, you know, flight.
Local quacker.
Yeah. Beaks
Real fun
and
stuff.
like
a lot
that.
of good, really good quality stuff.
Suck shit.
I do. I think my favorite thing about Jen's food is that she made a foie vinaigrette, which I'm not quite sure how that works because I thought that foie was like a solid. But she says that it's very umptious, and she said it's good for the baby. She says to bed. So it's official, guys. Babies love foie gras.
Well, then that's why we had to continue to make it, right? You know, there's all these people coming out saying that it's, you know, animal cruelty and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, do we need to be nicer to the ducks? Or we need to be nicer to the babies. The babies.
Yeah, my baby needs foie.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, 2 years ago, maybe last year, I don't know, people couldn't get formula. They couldn't find it in the stores anywhere. If they just had foie, they wouldn't even need it.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, people were like, oh, well, there was regular formula. We were just talking about the formula that had foie in it. That was all sold out. It's like, well, that's the good one.
Yeah.
That's the only kind my baby will have.
My baby needs goose liver, duck liver that's been below. I don't even know what foie. I've never had it. You guys, Reeves, you've had it.
Oh, yeah. It is delicious. But you
see, I feel like you've had it.
I've definitely had it.
Mm-hmm.
What does it taste like? Like, give me like a general idea what it tastes like. Is it like a bad taste, like meat?
I would say
I'd say it's close.
Yeah, but it has like my experience. It's like the consistency of butter, but it tastes like meat.
Meat butter.
Mm-hmm.
Or meat pudding, maybe.
Yeah, or like a pudding. It's very, very good.
Is it worth the cruelty?
Yes. Yes. And see, This American Life told us that it's fine, so it's good. And also
did?
the whole baby thing that we talked about. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that is good for babies. If it's good for babies, it's good for me. I mean, I'm like a big I've been a baby. I was a baby, and now I'm big.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I like things that babies can have. It's the same thing. You don't stop liking things that babies like because you're just a big man now.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of conflicting. At Judge's Table, a lot of conflicting comments on the reviews of the food. I feel like Tom and guest judge, whatever his name was, would feel one way, and then Gail would feel another way. It didn't feel like a lot of it was consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the guest judge. Like, everything he said, people kind of like gave him a side eye. Like, he didn't really know what he was talking about to me.
No,
Yeah.
he's the guest judge. He needs to fucking get in line. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't say opposite of what Tom says. He's head judge.
Mm-mm. He makes the rules.
He stops the camera. Like, there's a lot of weird cuts in that because he's like, cut. He leans over to the guest judge and he's like, hey, what the fuck you doing? You trying to show me up on my own show? You trying to show me up on my own show?
Let go of my hand, Tom.
Hey, whose show is this?
You're hurting me. You're
I'm
hurting
sorry.
my
I'm
wrist.
I'm sorry. Is this? I'm sorry. Can someone clarify for this? Just real quick. Maybe I'm the one who's wrong here. Is this my fucking show, Or is it this asshole's fucking show? Everyone's quiet in the room. No one's saying anything.
Yeah.
Huh? No one knows, huh? Huh, okay.
We got this guy over here saying whatever he wants. He does the whole Christian Bale. That's my favorite part of that. I listen to that a lot. Speaking of internet videos.
Put that on the internet too. That can stay.
Unprofessional.
Christ, man.
Can you
We talked about it
imagine
earlier.
getting so angry about something to yell at a coworker like that? It would never happen in my life.
I've yelled at coworkers when I worked with the UPS store. I've yelled at people before. At
In
my
that
coworkers. Not like that.
Christ,
Yeah,
you're
wrong.
unprofessional, man.
I've never talked down to someone like that. I don't think I could do that. Like that feel really bad.
Mm-hmm. That was part of it. I liked the whole wave of people that agreed with him.
There's always going to be internet people who are
that ruled.
Hold on, what movie was that on the set of?
In the background.
Was it Batman?
No, it was the Terminator movie. Whatever.
Great, worth it.
In.
Really worth being a fucking piece of shit for Terminator Revelations or whatever it's called.
So Brian bought 3,000 wins. They again will not erase his memory. That's very nice. So he gets to go back, celebrate with some Ram, and then it's left to Mike and Kevin and Jen. And I feel like they really set this up in a way where it is a possibility, if you don't know the outcome, that any of those three could go home the way that they've edited it, which is nice.
Yeah. It's not happening. They've been also earlier in the episode, Jen mentions that she wants to win it for her mom, which is kind of really sets the table for what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. She wants to win it for her. Real quick for this, which of these do you guys remember? Which meal you'd want? Which one sounds the best to you? Like personally, I love a goat cheese ravioli. Fucking love a goat cheese ravioli.
Brian's looked great.
I wanted Kevin's vegetables for some reason.
They looked great.
Yeah.
I was intrigued by Mike's dish of the whatever it was, the beet and the something else. There was
a turnip that looked like a pear and a pear that tasted like a grape.
It looked
Willy Wonka shit.
Really, speaking of Willy Wonka, it looked very simple, but then Tom was so amazed by it, where he was like, "You put it together, it's great."
I also think the chevre mousse with honey mushrooms that Jen did sounded really good. I just love cheese. Yeah. Maybe not the foie, though. I've never had it. I don't know. So, yeah, Jen goes home. It's Jen's time to go. It's boys' party now. Let's play Jen going home. Ugh. Jamal always plays the whole thing. I'll play as much as I can.
Jennifer, please pack your knives and go.
And so Jen's going home. And this is nothing to do with it being Jen. It's just that I don't like when Jamal plays the whole thing, and I'm in charge today, so I'm cutting it short. She cries. She's sad. No, I got nothing else.
Oh, I was just gonna say this is we can have our Bill Simmons moment of it's one of the greatest what ifs. What if Mike goes home here? Does Jen take it home? Does this mean Jen wins? Mike goes home. Mike does it. He goes crazy. Doesn't become a celebrity. Jen becomes a celebrity. LeBron never goes to the Lakers. Celtics win 5 more championships. I don't know who that's for, Brian, I guess. You're the only person I think that likes that.
What about the scene with Brian and Mike celebrating here and then Kevin just in the background of the room just looking real awkward?
Do we have that clip here?
So just to set this up, we do have kind of a clip of that. There's a couple of instances in this episode and throughout the season of Brian and Mike interacting in a way that is not brotherly or that they know each other. Brian, and this just reinforces the fact that I'm almost certain that Brian has come from the future to the past to save Michael Vitaccio from some kind of imminent terrible future. But we can play the clip where there's just a couple of really weird interactions between Mike and Brian Bott this episode.
So somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. This is sugar, okay? See this?
Yeah. So leading up to a sabotage.
What?
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too, sir.
Whatever, man. Congratulations.
So the first part there, the two of them are in the kitchen, and there's something about like sugar and salt or whatever. And Brian goes, "Trying to sabotage me?" And then Mike just looks at him and says, "What?" And then Brian goes, No. Like immediately backs down from whatever bit he's trying to do. And the last part there, Brian, his brother comes back. He knows he's going to be in the finale with him. Brian opts to congratulate his brother by giving him a handshake and saying congratulations. Like they've known each other for maybe a couple of days. And then Mike makes fun of him. So something weird going on there.
He really does make fun of him. It's really great. Oh, thank you so much, sir. And he's just like, oh, cut it out. All right, my laptop's going to die. It's at 10%. I can't find the plug. So
that's what you were looking for. I
guess,
thought
yeah.
that there was a mouse or something like that.
I'm looking all over and I can't find it. So maybe we should just wrap up here. Does that sound good for everyone? Oh, wait, where are they now? Where's Jen?
So Jen, obviously, this is not the last time we're going to see her on the show. She's a true all-star returnee. Right now, she's on Cameo. She teaches classes. She does dinner at her home in Philly. So if you go on like her website, randomly she'll have, tickets where you can like buy basically a dinner, and I think you like come over her home and she cooks for you, which sounds pretty awesome. She's a Patreon for cooking and teaching where you can kind of buy tiers, and I think she just does classes, recipes, spice options. She's a real enterprising woman, and she has a YouTube channel.
Oh, great. Yeah, she comes back. As much as we say that she wasn't a celebrity, I mean, yeah, but she's come back. She's good people.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen? Yeah, what I can't do it. Steve, are we going to see you at AwesomeCon this year? Pod Chef and Two Guys in a Friday is going to be there together.
We're already confirmed.
What?
Wow.
Did you even have to submit?
No.
Okay. And so now at the very end of the episode, we're getting how these things really work. It's all
Nepo, baby.
it's all freaking nepotism. Back office deals, which we're not a part of. We, the working podcast, trying to get into some big con. We can't do it unless we're related to the person that runs the freaking thing.
I think
I'll send an email.
Yes, please send an email.
Please do that. That would mean a lot to us.
Yeah,
ask if we can get coffee.
Yeah, and if she has a problem with what we've done here, we'll get rid of everything.
We'll change it. Yeah, we'll write whatever she wants us to write.
Whatever she wants us to do.
We just really want to be in it.
Yeah.
Can I add? This is my favorite season of Top Chef out of every season it's ever aired.
Season 6.
I think it might be mine too.
It's
a really
good
good one.
Yeah. A lot of good people, especially the top 6 or so.
I think this one, Boston, and Seattle are my 3 favorites.
I've been to 2 of Brian's restaurants and 1 of Kevin's restaurants.
You went to Gun Show?
Really?
No, I went to Woodfire Grill when it was open in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
And then I've been to Vault, and then I've been to Family Meal of Brian's.
Wow.
How were they?
Man.
Woodfire Grill, the best pork belly I've ever had. I still remember eating that dish 10 years later.
That makes sense for Kevin.
Brian's, I went to brunch at Vault, and then Family Meal is kind of like semi-casual, but I went 2 or 3 times there when it was open in Richmond.
Oh, you had a Richmond spot.
Uh-huh.
Are they from the Virginia, D.C. area? Because they did a bunch of D.C. restaurants too.
Yeah,
okay, that's right. They have anything open now?
I think he does.
I think they still have something in the MGM Casino in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a Vault Steakhouse there. I don't know if it's still open. It might have changed names or something like that.
Well, here's what we'll do, Steve. We're gonna actively we will submit our application. I already did.
Okay.
Just send an email, please. Anything you want to do, we'll give you
$10. We'll do whatever you need us to do.
She wants us to do a different podcast.
We just really
podcast.
We'll do whatever you want. We won't even do the podcast. We'll just come and hang out. We'll move some stuff around for you.
Yeah, it's
we'll work for free. I swear to God.
What are you trying to get out of this?
I want to do.
What's the end goal here?
To be an awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think here's my entirely truthful thing is that this is all it comes down to. Hollywood Handbook has done cons and they go horribly well, and I just want to do that. I think that our podcast would be a good bad thing to happen at an awesome con like this. It would be.
Plus, we're local. We're DC people.
Would people like it? Probably not. Would I have a lot of fun with my friends? 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get like Spike Middleton, that coward, show up, could you imagine?
Yeah. We'd have a lot to talk about. And honestly, most of the time in this podcast, we have nothing to talk about. But the con would give us material. Yeah.
And no one else is doing this. Who else is doing Top Chef podcasts at a con?
None of the others that we know of.
That I've
and if
seen.
they do, we will try and sabotage their podcast. I didn't
Google it. Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know.
What if they're already at Awesome Con and that's why they're not bringing you guys in?
If it's Pack Your Knives, then fuck you,
then
Leslie.
I can't hand. Please don't let that be true.
Okay. With that being said, which is a lot of things, we're gonna I don't like Pack Your Knives and Go. I bet every Top Chef podcast says it at the end. I haven't listened. I would never know.
I'm not a listener either, but yeah, you can maybe come up with a new one.
Maybe later. We're gonna pack our knives and go.
Bye.
Oh, he doesn't play this part. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
This is fun. Absolutely. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.